intros. Sometimes they're hard. My name's James.
I'm Nicole.
And welcome to Night 2, Episode 3 of KaiJULY Con 2024 here on Mostly Speaking Sentai. I gotta find the notes.
Gotta find the notes.
Here's Mothra.
Oh, I feel like there's something in my eye.
Yes, guys. Like I said, my name is James, and my co-host, my queen, has something in her eye. Is it that of the universe? Is she what beholds all creation? You better believe it to be true, because I do, because that's what she tells me to believe, and whatever she says is law, brother. And speaking of her, it's Nicole the Bricks Jakis.
It's me. Hi.
Who? What if I was actually talking about my other co-host, a Formulaic, a podcast and script writing?
What if?
Because I had just said, hey, this is you, a co-host.
Yeah, but this is the thing we do every episode.
Yeah, but I could have been shaking it up like I shook up the intro, a.k.a. I forgot to write an intro.
Yeah, you could have.
Actually, I was trying to just edit the previous yesterday's stuff while our guest is just fucking introduce me.
Hamming it up.
Why aren't I speaking right now? I'm the most important one here besides Nicole. I'm just the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I say we're all on an equal playing field.
You must not know me. I'm goddamn chum at the bottom of the bucket that's never going out.
You'd like to believe that, wouldn't you?
Uh-huh. That's what Nicole tells me, and it's what I have to believe. Nicole, would you...
I find that hard to believe.
Nicole, would you like to introduce our guest?
No, you probably wrote an actual thing.
I didn't. I would just say hey, from Twitch.tv. Actually, I can't say that just yet because I need to give their other credentials first, and then I'll lead into Twitch.tv / because that's their pseudonym.
Okay, you know them from Twitch. No, I can't say that first. I gotta say their other credentials first before I say they're from Twitch.tv / R2Shelby2 and co-host the Rom Complex podcast and script writing called Formulaic.
Woo, that's me. Best introduction I've ever received. I think you got all the hits. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the month's
I'm
podcast.
R2Shelby2. Yeah. From the past 2 or 3 years of KaiJULY.
Yeah, you're a deluxe star of this. You and Rob have been on every single 3.
That's amazing. I'm honored.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And
this is the thing that everyone has to do is just do ones that have a trilogy, and then you're guaranteed for 3.
yeah, and we started with a different one and then started a trilogy. So you already locked me in for next year, too. I see what you did.
And we could do Mothra, it's standalone, and Mothra versus Godzilla.
There's so many options, and to be honest, I'll do all of them. I'm actually getting a Mothra tattoo in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Nicole, when we go to Vegas, should we get a tattoo?
Whoa.
Probably not. It's probably more expensive there.
I don't know. I'm hesitant because I have sensitive skin.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have a sensitive skeens as well. I'm kidding. I don't have a skeens.
So I'm afraid it'll just turn into a big rash.
Yeah, but only for a little bit. That's why you do it on the
Maybe.
last day of the vacation.
It's a tattoo, though. The rash would be, quite bad.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just go away.
Yeah, eventually. Unless you're allergic to the ink, is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole's just got sensitive skin, not skeens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, deal with it, Nicole.
I'll get piercings and you get a tattoo.
All right, but I want a piercing. I want my nipples pierced.
Then let's do it.
I'm kidding. I like my nipples. I don't want them defiled by metal.
Okay.
You're really swinging like that pendulum's going.
That's my entire life. I'm like, hey, let's do this. No, never mind. I don't want to do it.
I'm getting dizzy.
Well, let's get busy with the thing of the hour, because unlike last events where we had an extra 15 minutes to discuss, we only have actually an extra 30 minutes. We only have an hour and a half to discuss these films.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can do that.
Yeah, you do it all the time in under 50.
I love an efficient discussion.
But I don't. I like veering off a little bit.
Sure. And my usual standard is I like my podcast episode to be shorter than the content I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah,
I'm
same.
talking about like movies and TV shows.
I think the only time that has not been the case for me is the later first Joker cards deck on Shuffling the Deck where, oh yeah, is this album 3 hours long? Oh, it's only an hour and 10 minutes? Oh, okay, what were we doing?
Chatting. You were chatting with your buddy. And you know what? That's what podcasting's all about.
Yeah. And those albums meant a lot to me. I had to be like, this is where I was the first time I listened to this.
Just like 9/11.
Yeah, dude. Man,
God.
if only I were listening to the amazing Jekyll Brothers when 9/11 hit.
Then you wouldn't keep forgetting about it.
Yeah. I'm constantly like, oh yeah, that's why I have to take off my shoes.
Right.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's why Batman looks like this now. When I watch the Nolan movies.
Speaking of bats.
No, this isn't a battle for Earth.
Bats have wings, much like moths do.
Oh, yeah. Today we're discussing Rebirth of Mothra 2. This was released in like 97, 98, I believe.
97, yeah.
There we go. And this movie, it takes what was campy about the first one and cranks it up to 11. This is the superior movie.
This is a very silly movie,
Uh-huh.
and I was chuckling
Hell yeah.
at a lot of this because it's very 90s.
Yeah, I told Nicole, I said, hey, you loved, Nicole, what was your thoughts on this?
What? Oh, okay. Sorry. You started to go into a story and then you just asked me a question. It
Because
threw
I was
me
going to
off.
start speaking for you, and I want you to say your opinion before I say your opinion.
Oh, thanks for that. I took too much of an edible and was stoned out of my fucking mind. And
Okay.
I fucking loved this movie.
Yeah, let's go. I can see why. And I'm here to preach the word of Mothra because whatever Mothra movie you're watching, the Mothra is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
There's some kind of beautiful moth creature. So I feel like drugs, inebriants, altered states go quite well with Mothra.
Yeah, well, it was especially like, not to skip ahead, but the ending where the castle thing like turns into water, I was like, whoa. And
Yeah.
the fucking that little alien when its face is like superimposed over the sky and it like fades away. I was like,
Oh.
yeah.
The Gorgo is the little
The Gorgo.
alien. I think that is terrestrial, right?
Yeah, they created it in that underwater city.
Okay, yeah, then Gorgo is
the
terrestrial.
princess made it. Yeah.
Not extra. He ain't no E.T. But man, that Gorgo was disgusting looking, right?
The human eyes, I hated it.
Uh-huh.
And the antenna clearly made for probing butts. I mean,
Clearly.
And guys, like, it's wild that this is obvious. We can say none of our listeners have ever seen this movie because this thing has healing piss. Like, if everyone would have been telling us, hey, you guys, skip Mothra 1. I think you guys will really like one aspect of the second one. And we'd be like, what are you talking about? And then, yeah, he just pisses on a kid's leg and then the kid's leg is healed.
You know how a lot of times they make animals have like healing tears or something?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, fuck it. We don't care how big its eyes are. This has healing piss. And I don't know, because it's like a water spirit, maybe it's supposed to be like water squeezing out of it like a sponge, but it's still gross. It looks like pee. It's peeing on them to heal them.
And it's like coming out of its cloaca, so like, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, you can't
only saw
see
one
anything
hole.
under there.
There was only, to me, if I'm only seeing one liquid come out from its bottom, it's got a cloaca.
That's James paused and like, he's like, pause, enhance. Like trying
frame
to
by
get,
frame.
Yeah, trying to get a peek at it.
And what you see will shock you. I was going to say something else about this Mothra movie, but yeah, it kind of rules. Oh, so Nicole was saying how you loved the movie. I don't remember what I was going to go into beforehand.
Okay.
I don't remember. Damn it. Dang it. But yeah, the movie rips. It's real good.
I had a great time. It's like a nice Saturday morning kids thing. I watched it with commercials, though, so I don't know if that added to the fact that it felt too long.
Oh, okay, yeah, we watched it on Blu-ray disc.
Oh, nice.
I remembered what I was going to say. Nicole was ecstatic about this movie, and it feels a lot like Moonbeam Movies, which is Full Moon Features children movies, like production company. And I'm like, Nicole, you would, I think, love a lot of these. And Nicole just goes, nah, man, it's Mothra. That's what made it good.
That's right.
I'll find.
That's right.
I think they have like a Gorgo movie, even though Gorgo's a different thing.
They have a Gorgo movie?
It's a different Gorgo. It's from like the 70s, maybe. I think it's a UK.
Are you talking about the Irish Godzilla? Yeah, that's a completely different thing.
Mm-hmm. But it's Gorgo.
They just also used the name Gorgo.
Yeah, everyone got to use Gorgo, but that's from like the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, that's the Baby Yoda's name.
No, that's Grogu.
Same thing.
Or Gogru? Which one's the goddamn American Dad one? That's Rogu, and then there's Grogu. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I was eating an apple when I started watching this movie, so I was writing with my left hand this note. So it says... I don't know what it says. Who cares?
Wow.
I wrote the first note I
James,
can read is
get your shit together.
I wrote this woke BS in my kaiju films talking about the environment.
Oh, yes. Of course, all kaiju films are about the environment, so it works. And this one's pretty on the nose. Just telling you straight up, some pollution is causing some bad stuff. There's like this starfish that spits on a guy. And
oh, yeah. It's gross.
it acids his face.
So we are introduced to our main characters. It's a tiny girl and two tiny boys. And we're the teacher in this, I want to know what the director told her to do and if it was followed or she's like, nah, I got this. Because the teacher's like pointing at a map and like going like, in this right here. The gesturing towards the map was wild.
I thought she did a very good job of just like gracefully moving her hand like a weather person, a meteorologist on the map.
But when you go like, hey, where's Lansing on the map of the United States? If they go, it's right here. I'm like, okay, but where is here? You're doing a longitude right now.
Okay, but no, listen, she was saying this whole area, you used to be able to walk from each of these islands to the next one because there used to be land there, and now they're separated by water.
All right, I'll take it.
Being so unfair to this teacher who then has to suffer the the worst insult a teacher can suffer, which is accidentally having a caterpillar spit down her shirt.
Damn.
Yeah.
R2, you were a teacher before. If this happened to you, how would you react?
If hypothetically this had happened to me at some time, which it certainly never had, and if it had happened, I would definitely tell you.
Okay.
No police were called in this hypothetical situation that didn't happen. No, I probably, honestly, I'm so chill. I don't mind a bug. I probably would have just gone like, ugh, and like pulled my shirt out a little bit to try to let it fall through.
Oh, I probably would have said, I need to run to the restroom real quick.
It would make you have to poop?
No, so my titties don't flop out. I'm going to be reaching in here. This needs to get out.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to have to come out the bottom. Like they're reaching in there is not as an efficient way to get it out, I would say.
Honest to God, I probably would have went in a stall and just gotten completely naked. Like, okay, there it is. Make sure I didn't lay any eggs.
Yeah, I mean, that does, I get that. Recently, my boyfriend woke up with some like bug bites down his back, and it made me think we briefly thought there were bugs in the couch. Now we think maybe there was just one in his blanket, but still, it's like, where is it? It could be crawling on you anywhere. You don't even know. And now I'm like shaking out all my hand towels.
I really like this, puritanical vibe you're going on. You make him sleep on the couch.
I don't actually. I was just out of town for work, and while I was gone, he made the couch his kind of den. He had like a blanket fort going on out here.
Hell yeah.
I didn't make him do that.
Okay, all right.
I just strongly advised it.
Yonkler's in chat saying everything out of her mouth right now is a lie. So the kids try to, how we get to a kid spitting out a caterpillar. They take a caterpillar, these two little shit heels, and try to put it on a girl's hair. And it's like, these kids deserve whatever corporal punishment they're about to get, even though it's not allowed at school, but it should be. Putting a bug on someone is foul.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my brother had a pet lizard, and my brother's friend was over one time, and I took the pet lizard and put it on the friend's head to kind of like, surprise him. And my mom was very unhappy with that. Like that, the animal could have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're right. And then that's how I learned not to put bug on people.
Good. That's a lesson everyone should learn. Nicole, when did you learn that lesson?
Same exact thing.
Okay, hell yeah.
Same exact thing.
I've just had an aversion to touching any bugs, so I never had to learn that lesson.
All right, well, some people are better than others.
I've told you that story of when a fly flew up my nose and I was just with my brother and sister. If I was 7, they'd be 8 and 9. And I'm like, huh, huh, and they're like, what's wrong? And I go, there's a fly in my nose. Then I sneeze and there's just booger hanging and just a fly just like wiggling in the booger.
No. no, that's horrible.
And of course, my brother and sister are just like pointing at it, laughing. And I'm like,
It's just like a yo-yo of Fly at the end of Booker.
That's how I became.
That's actually bungee jumping for flies.
Oh, yeah. And that's how we became, which is also how they bungee jump in Sam and Max. They go out of the Mount Rushmore noses.
Oh, of course.
But that's how I became a duo, a crime fighting duo called Snotfly and the Boy.
I like that. Do you solve a lot of cases?
Yeah, we'd go around where's the dog at? Because it was.
Where is it?
Well, this was 1999, so everyone was asking that. Oh no, wait,
Yeah.
who let the dog out? Which
Who
was
let the dog
technically
out?
like, where is it?
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Listen, I'm going to go along with this, James, just because I like the cut of your jib.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, who let the dog out? I guess, like, they know
where
where.
is it?
But, yeah, where is it? That's a follow-up
Who
song.
let it out? Part 2, where is it?
Where is the dog now? Where?
Exactly. That's the sequel song.
Uh-huh. Nicole, when did you learn to where the dogs were?
Yesterday, actually.
Oh, you saw a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah.
That made me hungry. Now I'm going to pick up Taco Bell. Dogco Bell?
Oh no, please don't eat the dog. I gotta eat
They
the
shouldn't have gotten the new Cantina menu.
Oh no, Cantina menu dog now, not chicken?
Yeah.
Would you eat dog?
No.
What? God, the
No.
ultimate domination of a dog is to eat of their flesh.
You're wild.
R2, we haven't done a
Yeah.
podcast together in a while. I think you forgot what I was like.
No, I'm so delighted.
Okay, all right. Now, Nicole,
Yeah.
you delight.
I have this thing. It's a worm.
It's bumpy.
Don't put that on me, Nicole. You learned that lesson, I hope.
Oh, is that like a little popper fidget toy?
Yeah.
Cute. I've got a fidget toy over here.
What is that?
This is a little notebook, and it's just got one of those little poppy sheets.
Yeah.
I use my pen as one. It rolls this part, like twists, and it like there's a groove in there, so like it's nice when it catches nice, and it kind of takes a little bit to click it out.
Okay.
Speaking of catches,
Okay, Nicole.
the kid, one of the little shit heels tried to put the caterpillar on a girl. The girl knocks the caterpillar away. It flies across the room into another little boy's mouth.
Uh-huh.
He chokes it out and spits it all the way to the front of the room where, as we mentioned earlier, it lands down the teacher's shirt.
Oh yeah. Do you want to know what teachers cover up?
And no, she was wearing a very modest shirt. Like,
Turtleneck.
there wasn't
it.
even a gap there. I don't know how it got in. It was a 2D caterpillar. That's how it slid
Okay, yeah.
right down in there.
It's just like an animation cell going down.
Right.
Yeah, movie magic.
Oh damn.
So these kids are getting in trouble, and meanwhile, there's like this earthquake. Things are kind of shaking.
They're shaking.
They're shaking. I don't know what to tell you. If you're ready to move on from that, I am too.
Yeah, I do want to say the girl is in all her right to be like, oh yeah, these kids should be punished. But when they tell on these kids for like, hey, other teacher, did you know they like to call you like shit heel or whatever? But then like that is you calling that teacher shit heel. You could have kept that to yourself, but now he knows kids are calling him shit heel.
Yeah, but those are her bullies.
I know that you're adding it on, and now you deserve a wompin'.
No, that's
Yes.
wild. James, what you're doing is upholding an oppressive system. She's
Okay.
saying, no, I believe in justice. I believe in doing the right thing. I believe in integrity.
But it's still, you could be like, hey, they call you names. But it just feels like she is calling him shitheel.
She's a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he has emotions, this teacher.
Oh my God.
Oh my, yeah. But children just like they don't know. Like they don't have that filter.
I think she's doing a good job for being a kid.
Filters on my, like, that's what's wrong with America. First, we're filtering our cigarettes. No, keep them unfiltered. Put them on the children.
So the two little boys run off. The two little boys run off, and they have a boat stored, and they're like, they decide to go and boat off. Mm-hmm. Like a little inflatable raft. Meanwhile, the little girl goes home. She lives in like,
a mansion.
A mansion, a more remote area, and her mom is like, hey, can you like go collect some flowers?
And is this the part where, like, the dad smoking a cigarette puts it down like in an ashtray, then it like falls out and hits the cat, and the cat leaps up as if it is 2D and is like, meow.
Yes, it was a really strange bit that I guess they did just like to entertain the kids.
Yeah, for sure, because then there's another cat thing that happens later.
There is?
Yeah, the cat, like, they think it's the Gorgo, the two thieves, and they yank on the Gorgo, but it's actually the cat, and the cat just eviscerates them.
Oh, that's why they were covered in blood. No, I don't remember that part. Anyway, I just watched it this morning.
We watched it like a week ago, it feels like.
It was like 2 days ago.
It was not 2 days ago.
It was like 3 days ago.
All right, I'll believe 3. Yeah,
so
she finds Gorgo, right?
Yeah, so the little girl, Shiori, she's out looking for flowers. And in the process, she finds Gorgo, which we'd actually seen this little thing earlier because we saw those two older guys in the boat, like they were fishing or whatever, and Gorgo landed in their boat. Gorgo is this little Furby looking fella, and they kind of whacked Gorgo away, but it left a little gold ring. And we see Gorgo again later. He's this little weird Furby looking fellow, human eyes. Shiori finds him. He's got the gold rings on his tail, and at first she's afraid of him. She's like running away, and they're both screaming.
Yeah, and also the Gorgo doesn't just have human eyes, like the skin around its eyes are also human.
Right.
Which disturbed.
And it has an antenna, which just like imagine E.T.'s finger coming out of its head.
And you said that, like, instead of like pissing on them to heal it, just E.T. them.
Yeah, with the antenna.
But it's a water spirit, so it has to be healing water.
Okay, the little tip could like spray out water.
Spray out water. Maybe they thought that looked more like peeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but you never pissed out your butt, filmmakers?
Look,
but they could have
I
had
don't know
it
what to
like
tell you, James.
coming out like it was a sprinkler instead of just you know?
Made it too aggressive.
So all this while, these things are being watched by our little fairy ladies. You know, we've got Maul and Laura, who are with their little small moth that they ride. Fairy. And then Belvira, who rides her little thing. And she's the bad guy from the last movie, their sister. And, you know, she still thinks human beings should be destroyed because they are ruining the earth. Whereas Maul and Laura, their whole thing is like, no, humans are part of the earth. We need to save them too. And that's the conflict that these sisters have. But they don't really want to destroy each other.
Man, naive twins right there. No, humans need to be eradicated.
I don't know. I'd like to think that, but I don't. I guess I have too soft a heart.
I guess all the bad humans need to be eradicated.
But what is bad, James?
All those liberals, am I right?
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Nicole, we're trying to podcast like we've never podcasted before.
Okay.
Open up and get a little more listeners. That's why we have to say some stuff like that, unfortunately.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you really think that would attract people?
Yeah, I guess like when we say that, but then we're also being like ACAB and like, hey, trans rights, they're going to be turned off, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You might be alienating the wrong people.
Wait, okay. Wait. So I'm alienating those people which are wrong people, or we're alienating people who should actually be here?
You would be alienating the people who you were drawing in with your other things.
Oh, okay. Wait, what are other things? Me saying like those damn liberals?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we want to alienate those.
Right. Wait. Anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of alienating, the tension between the sisters, it's palpable. By which we mean Belvira is looking for Gorgo, and she's like, I want to use Gorgo for my purposes, to find this treasure of this ancient city, because apparently Gorgo is like the way there.
Uh-huh.
So she's like literally firing shots at Shiori, the little girl who has Gorgo. She's like freaking the fuck out. Meanwhile, the other two boys who bullied her earlier, they were chasing her, right? They ran into her because their boat broke, and they were chasing her, Shiori, and she was running away from them too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we should say those little starfish things, we find out there is a kaiju named Dagara who produces barum, and that will create a red tide everywhere, which is like the times I spill fruit punch. It's a freaking red
That's
tide.
Right. It's like, I'm like, period.
Oh.
I set you
Let's
guys
go.
up, you smashed it down.
Thank you. Is that what I was supposed to do? Smash it down?
That was originally going to be my joke, but I was like, nah, man, fruit punch, that's what I should say. Because I don't have a period. I do have fruit punch sometimes.
Nicole, what's your most consumed red item?
Pork.
Strawberries.
Okay.
Strawberries. That's
Wait,
a good one.
Nicole, it might be some sort of cereal.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, red M&Ms. You put that in your trail mix?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, then, yeah. Red bean.
No.
I love a red bean.
I thought Nicole did too. I got to return some Christmas items.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I bought you too many beans.
Do you get them out of here? I can't see another bean in my life. Nicole says, the only bean I care about is the one inside your butt.
Whoa!
I say, oh my God, Nicole, that means so much to me. No, it's the cat's beans. They're little toe beans. They're pop heads.
I've heard of these, yeah.
You've never seen one?
I've seen them, James.
Okay.
I've seen them.
Have you
I
ever
know what
owned
a cat is.
Do you like cats?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nicole, what's your next note?
I didn't take any. I was baked.
Inebriated. Yeah, so they yanked that cat's tail, which I put, they should get 10 to 30 feet of hang time as they drop to their something demise. Paralytic demise, that was what it was.
And these guys are like fishermen they're those weird fishermen who almost ran into Gorgo, or they ran into Gorgo and found his little golden ring. Belvira has enlisted them to be like, hey, help me get this Gorgo for treasure or whatever.
And damn, they succeed in the end. That Gorgo dies. And the meek did not inherit the earth.
I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. That I don't really agree with.
No,
You're mixing movies we've watched.
No, Dagara wins. All the Barum create that red tide, and there we go.
And the world ends, yeah.
Uh-huh.
All the humans are destroyed.
That's why Mothra 3's in space.
You're getting Mothra 2 confused with Drive Angry.
Oh, damn, you're right. So we brought up the Barum. They're these these starfish with maybe an eye, and then they're like all spiky. They're red and they're thick.
They're disgusting.
So
They're icky, yeah.
keep in mind that. Would you rather eat a living Barum, or like you got to slice into it and eat it, or cauterize your best friend's arm nub after it was severed in front of you?
What the fuck, James?
I gotta make it hard.
So if I eat the Barum, my friend gets to keep their arm,
Yeah, pretty much.
then I would eat the Barum. I'm not gonna let my friend's
Yeah.
arm get cut
Oh,
off.
dang. I thought you guys were gonna say, yeah, I guess I'm cauterizing James's arm.
Well, I mean, if it were like, oh, your arm were already cut off and it needed to be cauterized, but instead you could eat, if someone else will do it, if you eat this Barum, I'd be like, no, I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. But that's not the situation presented to us.
Would you rather eat that or a stranger's arm get cut off? You don't know them, you'll never know about them, but you know this decision to not eat this Barum, just one mouthful, it made someone's arm get cut off.
No, I would still eat it.
Yeah.
All right. Damn, I thought you guys were going to be like, that shit's gross. I'm not eating
Sorry, I'm a
it.
good person, James. Did you not expect this?
I didn't. I just thought you guys, not that you're not good people, that like yucky stuff trumps good being person.
Listen, James. I've done plenty of yucky stuff.
Okay.
Put plenty of things in my mouth.
Like a starfish.
Yeah, I've eaten sea urchin, so how much different could it be?
Nicole, would you eat a starfish?
No.
Okay. Can you eat starfish?
I don't think so.
All right. But you can eat a Barum.
Well, if I have to, I don't see why Mothra didn't just eat them.
There's too many.
I guess so. And like Mothra doesn't have good mobility to like get enemies off of themselves.
Back to Gorgo. I think Nicole and Derms Clerman, I have to create a cleric who they have healing means that of Gorgo. So like they're
Oh my gosh.
Joe's character gets hurt and they're like, you come here and let me heal you. And then he's like, is he starting to piss on me? Is that what you're describing, James? And I'd be like, yeah, that's how he heals.
I'm sure your players will love that.
Joe will strangle me a little.
Yeah.
So when Shiori and the two little bullies get together and they're deciding to work together to escape Belvira, who's chasing them, trying to get Gorgo, they've all kind of discussed this. We've learned that they're trying to find this secret place, what's called Nilai Kenai or something like that. And it's this like basically an Atlantis, like this ancient city that like sunk underwater.
And it's huge.
Yeah, and it has a treasure.
I wonder what it is.
I wonder what it is.
I don't remember.
Friendship.
Oh.
Yeah, so Belvira's trying to get Gorgo to get this treasure. She's got the two adult men helping her. The kids are like, no, we're escaping. We're going to save Gorgo. And they've got the help of the little fairy and the Maul and Laura, the twins.
Mm-hmm.
They're running away. They get away. They're like tossing Gorgo back and forth between them. It's it's comical. One kid falls and like scrapes his knee, and this is where we find out that Gorgo has healing piss, because Gorgo is like, they all see the wound, and Gorgo's like, "Rrr, rrr," and like goes over
And yeah, it just like dumps out.
and just dumps out. And then just it magically, all of the blood goes away. The kid is perfectly fine.
It's like not Figure It Out, in Double Dare, when like at the end they have to like yank a cord that like a bucket drops
nose.
on them, and yeah, like it's that bucket of water coming out of a
gross.
dude's butt.
And I think that's the only time they do that, isn't it?
No, the only time
Nope.
it heals like that, but doesn't when it explodes
Nope.
into fireworks.
There's a second healing, if you recall.
Oh, I that one I didn't pause and enhance, so I might have missed
Okay.
it.
There's another healing later, the same kind of water dripping out of this creature.
Okay. We'll get to it when we get to it. Is this when we get to the temple? Have we gotten there?
The kids find the temple. I honestly don't remember how.
Me either.
But the kids find the temple, and it just like comes up out of the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks, they're like going over it and they find it. It looks like a Minecraft temple, like the underwater temples in Minecraft. Like it looked so much like it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Gorgo leads them there, right? And then Gorgo drops down into the temple and they go too.
And this set is amazing. Both the exterior mini, which it seems like, oh, this is probably, I don't know, like 3 feet by 3 feet. But no, you start seeing when the kaiju come later, this thing is bigger than them. It's gigantic. The detail in it is fantastic. But for a lot of this movie, I was like, this is a really cheaply made movie, it looks like. But when they get inside the temple, those sets are extravagant.
Yeah, I wonder if they made them for something else.
I would hope they made them for more than one thing, because that's a
Right.
lot of money.
It looks like Legends of the Hidden Temple. You know,
Yeah.
there. But more like a Minecraft temple.
Yeah.
Dagarla is coming for this temple. And they're talking about this sea creature, Dagarla, that comes, that it was awoken because of all of the pollution, of course. And it's coming for the temple, trying to attack it. And the temple has like a defense system. So it's like lasering Dagarla back.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the twins are like, oh no, we gotta call Mothra.
Uh-huh.
Belvira is inside the temple with the kids, and the adults get in there too. The kids are running around trying to like figure out what to do in this temple. Like they're following Gorgo.
Man, figuring it out in a Legends of the Hidden Temple, that's a mashup I'd like to see.
That's right. We are in the 90s, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Man, we're watching Double Dare after these recordings, Nicole.
I'm going to bed.
What?
I have
No.
to go to work tomorrow.
So do I. We'll watch
I
one. Miss Monday through Friday over here.
That's right. So the kids are trying to find this treasure, and the adults end up grabbing them and like trying to trick them.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. It's like the adults are like, yeah, let's kill these fucking kids.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
weird. Or just let's leave them here to die.
Right. So they're trying to get Gorgo from the kids, and they trick the kid. Like he's like, oh, let me give this kid a hug, and then he immediately tricks him.
Uh-huh. Which I thought they were on their side. I was like, oh, thank God. This was starting to feel very anxiety inducing. But no, they're still like, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's the whole kaiju battle is going on like outside, and then the girls come in later because like Mothra shows up. Mothra is like reborn from all of the other little moths come together, turn into Mothra. So we don't actually get a larva Mothra in this one, which is fine. But Mothra comes out and flies up and is fighting Dagarla for a while. But then those Barum there's like this twister that Belvira, someone like makes happen. This twister that Mothra gets sucked up in and caught in, and all the Barum get like attached to Mothra like barnacles and just weigh it down, and it can't move.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's giving them the red tide.
It's really sad because Mothra just like sinks into the water.
Yeah, I was like, again with this?
Right.
With the sad water drowning?
It happens to Mothras.
Mothras are always dying. And Mothra, I mean, gets back up somehow, like, and is like chilling up at the top of the place, the temple, unable to fight.
Oh, during that tornado-looking thing in the water, I wrote down, but Gorgo is Italian for whirlpool, not Dagara, because that's what Gorgo means. It's whirlpool in Italian.
I did not know that. Well, the kids are continuing down looking, or like they're running around, they're talking about, I don't know. They go down, they find this big room where there's like jewels or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I got a couple notes before, because I realized, like, oh, wow, nothing really, like, happens at this end. It's just, like, a few set pieces. So I'm like, oh, wait, are we that far? Yes, and we are. Gorgo is consistently leading these kids to their plummeting death because they don't know there's an invisible pathway to and fro. So they just like go like, oh, we're going to die. Then one kid trips or something and he just like conveyor belts over.
Yeah, a few different times the kids almost fall off of cliffs. Like, it's not good. Or through elevators, because the adults steal Shiori at one point and take her, and the little boys like go to rescue her, which is sweet of them. And yeah, they're like sliding down invisible walkways and like going through obstacles and stuff. I could have seen myself really enjoying this as a kid.
Why did I write down Gorgo has a hand-eating ass? Does he bite someone with his bottom? I don't know.
What?
I don't know, guys.
I remember you saying this.
Yeah, there has to be something.
Like, what the fuck are you saying?
Who knows? And then, is this when the kids get trapped somewhere? Or I think they're trying to run and then they like go into a dead end because like a door starts closing, but these kids are like hover handing trying to like push it open. Probably because the director's like, hey, if you push up on it, it will go straight up, like where there's no force behind this whatsoever. It's styrofoam. But I don't know when that happened.
Well, what I remember next is that the adults make them go, they're trying to find the treasure. So the adults all make them go down to that part of the thing where part of the temple where there are these statues with these big, like, egg-shaped crystals in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the adults are like, hey, grab, like, we need to take these. So the guys, those two adult fisherman guys, are, like, they grab the crystals out of these statues, and it makes this like chain reaction happen where things move around, and then this giant lady appears in the middle of the room. She's huge.
Yeah, it's crazy how those guys weren't just like, oh, tall mommy, take me.
Right.
A giant woman.
Exactly. Giant woman is there. She points at one of the guys holding one of the crystals, and like lightning comes from her and she like shoots him. And the other guy hands the other crystal to the kid because he's a coward. And the kid's just like, but I didn't steal this. I don't. And Belvira, along with Maul and Laura, are like, come to this lady and call her like your highness and start pleading their case, because this lady is actually the ruler of Kanai.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And she talks about what actually happened in the history of this city, which is that like they accidentally created Dagarla. Like, they brought it upon themselves because they were technologically advanced, I guess, and they like went too far and polluted too much. Of course, this is a warning for the humans. And what she is saying is that when the city was going down, she decided she needed to make a way to like protect it, to protect the world, but she couldn't just make a thing. She had to give it a heart.
Mm-hmm.
So she made it a living thing. The treasure, all along, was Gorgo.
Whoa.
Whoa.
R2, I'm so glad you're here because I don't remember a fucking part of that.
Yeah, that's what happened. So what she says is she's like, oh, this is the treasure. And I understand what he's saying, and he agrees with the kids and with Maul and Laura, basically saying like, oh, there's a chance, like children are innocent and they have the chance to grow up into adults who can save the world from what it's becoming. Like, it's not too late, and there's still hope in children.
Mm-hmm.
And Gorgo sees this and likes the kids and believes in the kids and wants to help them. So they're like, oh shit, we gotta get up to Mothra.
Mm-hmm. I have a couple notes before we get to there. I wrote down that this things just happen to further the plot. Nothing happens because of something that has already happened. It's just like, oh, it's a new thing. All right, we're going with that. And then, oh, it's another new thing. Let's go with that. It just feels like, yeah, as you're walking on it, you're just like, hey, let's go on an adventure. And then something happens. And then you're like, oh, yeah, let's do that. And that leads you to somewhere. And you're like, okay, let's do that. And it's kind of like going to an amusement park rather than a movie, which I'm for.
Yeah, it's like, this thing happens, and then this thing happens, and then this thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very linear plot.
Yeah.
I wrote down violence towards kids is fine if you Three Stooge it, because they like did some like, like they were doing Three Stooges, like hitting these kids. And it's like, yeah, I guess that's fine.
I think it's still messed up, and I would advise against it.
If you were like with your like nieces and nephews and you go like yuck and like slap their little nose, they'd be like, oh, they might not have a frame of reference, so they might start crying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better just smack them to be safe.
Yeah, yeah, because then you're actually doing what you want to do.
Right.
You're not trying to sugarcoat it. Three Stooges it.
That's right. And we should take down the Three Stooges for sugarcoating violence against children.
Uh-huh. Every single film ended with them smacking a kid, but, in a slapstick way.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up.
Yeah, they'd slapstick them.
They should have done it in a real way so that people would understand the gravity of the situation.
Okay, you're just describing a, like, Family Guy cutaway of, they're like, oh, man, this is like that time... The Three Stooges, this is like the time when they still shot the Three Stooges, but it was during a writer's strike. It just ends with some like, it's a thing falls, and then a kid's like, wow, you really saved my lollipop. And they're like, we didn't do it for your lollipop. And it just like goes cut due to technical difficulties, and it's just one of them smacking the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely followed all of that.
It's like an early Family Guy, okay?
Oh, you actually did. This is a real Family Guy thing.
No. I'm saying that it could be.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I'm not a big enough Family Guy head. Maybe I gotta brush up on my Family Guy knowledge.
Oh, man. Seasons 1 through 12, fantastic. Seasons 13 and up, still pretty fun.
So the giant lady is like, well, she has shrunk down to like regular lady size at this point. And the kids are like, we got to go up there to help. So they're like, okay, follow Gorgo. They're running out of there, out of the thing. And again, like now the big guys are trying to help them. They like redeem themselves. They help the kids to get across some like perilous things.
He tosses one of the children like it's like a track and field event. And he goes up on wireworks and just goes, shoo-ah!
The biggest child and the smaller adult get trapped on the other side of a thing. So the bigger child, like, the adult, you think that, like, he's, like, mad and still gonna hurt the kid, but then he just, like, throws him, like a football all the way across this impossibly far distance.
Yeah.
And then something falls and drops and, like, flips the adult off of like a seesaw kind of style thing. So he launches over to the other side where everyone else is, and he is like dead.
Is this when Gorgo does his second pee?
This is when Gorgo does his second pee,
What?
baby.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you see it like, it's like, you see it from the point of view of the dead guy lying there on the ground, and then they like hold Gorgo over him and he pees on him and he comes back to life.
Oh, wow. I got to rewatch
How do you
that.
not remember this?
Also,
Wow.
R2, I got to tell you, one of my notes was Gorgo was the treasure all along. I guess I just don't remember that.
Gorgo was the treasure all along.
Oh, one of my notes from earlier was don't walk towards tall mommy. She could unhinge her jaw and eat you.
That sounds like a reason to do it.
Oh, dang. You and Devore. And that special throne room looking thing where tall mommy was, that would have terrified me as a kid. I would have felt... what's the opposite of claustrophobic? Like when you're in just a giant open space.
Too open a space?
Yeah, that's my fear. I used to get that all the time when I slept in my basement on just like a styrofoam thing or a foam thing. It wasn't styrofoam. I would just sleep on that, but like the ceiling was so much higher up because I was just on the ground, and I would start like getting scared when I closed my eyes. Like, what if just I'm in outer space? Like it's forever.
Interesting. I'm sure there's a name for that, some kind of phobia. I don't know what it is, though.
Maybe that's actually why I don't like Finding Nemo, because like the
Finding
ocean...
Nemo. The ocean's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what you've told me.
Yeah, but I thought it was because the
Before.
ocean is like vast and forever, not just like I'm afraid of forever open spaces.
Yeah, you're afraid of anything that's vast and forever.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
Like my love for you.
No, I was going to say not like my love for Nicole.
You're afraid of it.
No, I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah, you're afraid of it because it's vast. Well, maybe you gotta work on your fears.
Shelby, my mom used to say she loved me from the moon and back. Could you say, like, hey, James's mom, I'm sorry to say it, but I love James from Mercury and back?
Yeah. I'll go one better. I love James from Uranus and back.
Whoa. Mom, I guess you gotta step it up.
That's right. I'm your mom now.
Yes!
Yeah,
Yes!
I'm collecting children. They're all my age. Let's go.
My mom lives in Los Angeles, guys. She could be in the industry.
Does she really?
No, you're my mom now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant your other mom, and I was like,
R2,
let me hit her up.
R2, if my mom lived in Los Angeles, she would have already seeked you out and hung out with you.
That's very funny.
My mom likes my friends.
Aw, that's sweet. Thank you for the support.
Downside for you, James, is that Shelby wants to Three Stooges style hit you.
Oh, hell yeah.
So.
I'm open for it. You know my mom's secretly thinking it.
Well, no, James is an adult now, so that's only for children.
Yeah.
Speaking of children,
Yes.
the children happily resurrect this guy with Gorgo's pee and get Gorgo up and out. There's like this whole like race scene. They're running out of as it's like the temple's like falling apart because Dagarla is still attacking it. And so they're running up and they get up to the top of the temple and then they're like, okay, Gorgo, do your thing.
And just like...
And then, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just like Kirby when you get like a fire and I think a rock maybe in Kirby Superstar, he kind of turns into a firework, but instead of fireworks spraying everywhere, it's his pee.
He turns into a waterwork. Yeah, he turns into this like big mist and he mists and rains down all over Mothra.
Yeah.
Kind of fusing with Mothra.
Yeah, I also heard that Stephen King's The Mist, he said that does come from Gorgo.
Oh, the mist is pee.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Confirmed. Mist is pee.
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there's all those bugs crawling in there. Guess what's also a bug? Mothra.
Yeah, and it makes sense that mist is pee because the mist pees me off. I don't like it.
Whoa, I love The Mist.
I just think it's like a mean movie.
Oh,
so it's not for me.
I thought you meant the concept of The Mist. I'm sorry.
No, what?
I don't like a foggy day in New England. I was like,
I
wow,
love
that's
a foggy day in New England.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone be like, yeah, I fucking hate the fog. I guess if you're a fisherman, you might.
Who knows? Maybe you love it because that's when you see all the sirens and mermaids and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. They're so hot.
You're like, I rarely get to see these, so I'm already torqued up just from that. I see it. I see the fog start to roll in, and I'm rolling into my bed because something I'm unrolling, okay?
Does it unroll?
Yeah, when you got like tight pants on. Yeah. And you know, fishermen, famously, they all wear thongs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they're called G-strings.
Uh-huh.
The G is for good at fishing.
Yeah, it's so crabs can't crawl up and chomp on them.
On their buddies.
Well,
booties.
booty
holes.
On their genitals.
Genitals. And the thongs help with that?
Well, because if you were just wearing boxers, they could actually crawl up in there.
What about briefs, my friend?
Briefs? No, they'd find a way. They're like life.
But they wouldn't find a way with a thong.
They'd be confused by it.
I see. It's a distraction tactic.
But that also like leaves your butt bare.
They don't give a shit about those little yams in the back.
All right.
Okay, they're going for the danglers.
Yeah, they're perverts.
Anyway, we've got Mothra getting healed by the Gorgo mist, and Mothra like transforms, and the new Mothra wings look so beautiful. They're these gorgeous purples and blues in the bottom with like the classic orange on the top, but then it still looks like Mothra Leo with the green eyes.
Yeah.
R2, can I get you excited for next year?
Sure.
There's another transformation.
Let's go! Because we're not even finished with this movie's transformations. This Mothra is like, let's go. I am ready to fight. This Mothra is like, fuck the lightning I had before. Now I'm shooting missiles at Dagarla.
Yeah. Get wrecked.
Yeah, it rocks. Mothra's just flying around, but Belvira is there helping out Dagarla, ordering it around, being like, hey, go underwater. Mothra can't get you down there.
But boy, oh boy, was that bitch wrong.
Yeah, because now Mothra's got an underwater transformation. Have you ever seen a moth that's also a fish? You have if you've seen this movie.
Do you want to know what the next one is?
Sure.
I think it's like it looks like a spaceship.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because it goes into space.
Yeah, but like Mothra can just go into space.
Yeah, but this is, I think, for like fast travel /
fast travel?
far travel.
I see.
I think that's what happens.
That sounds like fun to me. I love the space aspect of it because this whole time Belvira's outfit is so like space. She always has this kind of spacey look to her, whereas Maul and Laura look very of the earth. They have like softer fabrics. They're like draped and they're more in like earth color, like oranges and greens. Whereas Belvira is in like metallic silver jumpsuit with like strappy things and hot pink and this big like, thing behind her head.
Yeah, she's very sci-fi alien from the 70s of Godzilla movies. That's what she looks like.
Yeah, and it rocks. I like Belvira because I think she's a great villain because she's got a point and she's right. It's just like you can see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
And you can see why someone would be like, yeah, it's too late. These people don't deserve it. Save the earth. I personally don't agree with her. I have to side with the good guys of the movie.
Yeah. Nicole, who do you side with?
Who do I side with?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about how, like, why is the villain always gotta be goth? Like, and then the heroes are, like, pastel. Why can't we get it reversed?
I think they do. I think some things have reversed it, and it's fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
The Easter Bunny is always that is a villain, and then the goths are always trying to, stomp it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easter Bunny bad.
Sure.
Oh, a guy leaving rotted eggs around you? That's bad.
They're cooked, bro.
Okay, but they can still rot out.
And usually it's just the shell. And it's got candy
Sometimes they're
inside.
plastic.
Yeah.
And that's bad for the environment.
Exactly. And chocolate for children, you know what that does to their systems? It makes them all go, ugh. He's the bad guy.
All right, I guess.
Also, why is the bunny that big?
Exactly.
And on 2 feet. That's weird.
Okay, I don't know about the 2 feet thing. I like it when animals get on 2 feet, but...
No, if it were like just a once in a while thing, but this is just like Easter Bunny's just walking around like a man in a suit. I assume that the Easter Bunny looks like a man in a suit, in a bunny suit. Yeah. I don't like it.
If Henry walked around like Bucky Cat does in Get Fuzzy, I would love it.
It's so gross.
But when he begs to me, he does a little begging thing. It's just him walking around like that.
No.
God, and it like really give his little pouch, the little fat pouch. It really like give that definition. He'd be so cute.
Yeah.
So is this when Mothra parts the Red Sea?
Yeah, because Mothra parts the Red Sea so that all of the humans can get away from the temple, and also like goes underwater and starts fighting Dagarla underwater.
And Nicole, did you say this? Because all the kids, like, it's a very far drop, and they kind of just drop into their like jump. Nicole, did you scream jackknife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just into, sand that's on the bottom. You're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were fine. I guess it wasn't that far after all, or maybe the magic of Gorgo was still in the air.
Yeah, his pee was still in the air, so it worked.
Light as a feather, stiff as a pee-pee.
So the humans are like watching. You gotta move on quickly from these things that James does.
Yeah, we're almost done.
If you get too caught up in it, it'll replay in your mind over and over again, and then you're like, oh no, I'm obsessed.
Yeah. You're just you're chuckling. You're like, oh, what he said.
Right. I can't go about my normal life. I'm thinking about James talking about his boner in some weird way.
No, that wasn't a boner thing.
Sticks of pee.
I thought you were going to say you're just like walking around of like, how does something hold sweat well?
Exactly. So yeah, Mothra is fighting Dagarla underwater, of course, kicking Dagarla's fucking ass to the point where Dagarla is like defeated, and Mothra comes out of the water, transforms back, and the princess from the ancient city is like, Dagarla, come on beneath the waves with me, because she's like locking the city away again, and she takes Dagarla with her.
And then it turns into water.
Yeah, the city is like sitting there, and then it just through the trick of movie magic, it just dissolves away into water, and then it drops down into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And it blew Nicole's fucking mind.
It blew my fucking mind, dude.
I believe it. You look like you had an experience.
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
It was rad as hell, dude.
I have one more in voiceover. Like, I think it's the princess or maybe the twins say, children of the future, the fate of the world is in your hands. And I just go, they're going to fuck botch it real bad.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, those kids are like our age, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're podcasting right now.
They're probably just podcasting right now.
They're like, yo, man, let us tell you a story about Gorgo. They're like a cryptozoology podcast.
Yeah, they're talking about Gorgo. They're like, maybe they have a Mothra podcast.
That too.
Aw. They like get Maul and Laura on sometimes, but no one believes them.
And they're like, it's video now. And they're like, yeah, you just like green screened, made it look
that's
bigger.
Not real.
And they're like, no, here's our hand. And they're like, that's just really good prop work.
It's funny how people believe fucking the dumbest bullshit, but they will not believe that.
You want to?
So yeah, they're like, the kids hear this message about the Earth being left to them. They also, like, Maul and Laura, like, look at Mothra, you'll see Gorgo is still there, because the girl's really sad about Gorgo, you know, dying.
Perishing.
But Gorgo's part of the Earth.
Yeah. As he should be.
Yeah.
So he's not pissing on people.
Right. Now he is, the Earth is his piss.
Yeah. It's crazy how, like, water you've drinking before was probably piss.
Yeah. Could have been dinosaur piss.
Damn, we've been drinking that dino dick.
Yeah.
Or dino clit. You know, that's where pee-pee comes from.
What do you... That's why
Think
they couldn't
about
have the pee come from Gorgo's antenna, because it would have been too much like pee coming from the clit.
Yeah. Just a long, stretched out clit.
Is there any other...
I have no more notes. This is your guys' fault.
Why?
I don't know, because I'm a cheeky guy.
You are a cheeky guy. I'm a cheeky girl. It's cheeky girl summer.
I did. That's because you got a bathing suit.
Yes, I did.
So, hey guys, go to join the Discord. Shit, man, I forgot what I was going to say. What were we talking? It was Cheeky Girl Summer, but right before that, what was it?
What else do we have to say about the movie?
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
All right. Sick.
Nicole, you got anything else? Answer, Shelby.
10 out of 10.
Would watch
Great
again.
film. Excited to see the end of the trilogy
Me
in
too.
1 year.
Yeah. Let's say screw it. Christmas in KaiJULY Con 2024. Wait, oh shit, but I guess that doesn't make sense.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
it has
We're gonna
to
have
No,
Christmas
no.
in December.
We release it on Christmas, so it's Christmas in KaiJULY Con. So the Christmas is happening within KaiJULY. We're like, ho, 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 let's talk about Mothra 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know
there we
what?
go.
I'll do whatever you want me to do, James. I'll do it. You're my buddy.
Hell yeah. But likewise.
Call me up. I'll do a podcast.
And what would be so great is if someone might have done some yucks over the movie Step Up. Where would I catch that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked because I recently did some yucks over the movie Step Up with my co-host Sam of the Rom Complex. And if you would like to hear that episode that we recorded, you would have to be a member of our Patreon. So you can go over to patreon.com/theromcomplex to get access to the mini episodes that we release every week, the watch-along episodes that we release every month, my Discord and the Patreon role where you get access to the Patreon channel where we record the watch-along so you can watch with us. And Sam does tarot readings every week. So head on over patreon.com/theromcomplex. Thank you for letting me do my plug.
Hell yeah. Nicole, we should start doing watch-alongs on our Discord too. Okay, Nicole's saying no. I remembered what I was going to say. Did anything I said in this episode make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Uh-huh.
You seem a little, like, chill or out of it. Or, like,
Oh, I'm stoned,
you know?
Guys.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, James is not as, like,
Yeah.
hitting the list of the, like, plot. I was like, I'm saying a lot of plot
Oh,
here.
yeah, I wouldn't have known any of the details that happened.
James!
I think I could have surmised, but only from what my notes. And then I guess, like, you guys fill in the blanks. That's how the show usually goes, I suppose. But you want to know how I know it always goes is hearing about that sticker club my best friend does.
I love that sticker club. I'm a part of it.
Yeah. Visit darlinghomebody.com and you can join my sticker club where I send you a sticker every month. I also have other stuff on there you can check out, so you should do it. Also, you can follow me on social media at Darling Homebody.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, guys. Go over to patreon.com/MLM pod where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. This next month, actually the month that you're listening to, we did Pride in July where I had my queer friends guest on the citizens of Townsville Z every single week this month discussing the Powerpuff Girls Z. I think Powerpuff Girls is inherently queer just because, like, it's breaking those gender roles, brother. And, man, the show rips. And so far, all of the episodes, we've recorded 3 already. They're all bangers. It's always funny. It's always funny in Mullum's Pedia? I don't know. Pedialyte? Yeah.
Yeah, you're going. You're stringing them together.
Uh-huh. But if you're a $10 patron, you get monthly exclusive content on top of the weekly. We're doing summer mockbusters where we're doing mockbusters all the time this summer. We have done Transmorphers, which was a Transformers mockbuster. Then we did Gacy House 8223, something like that, which was just a Paranormal Activity ripoff, but not about John Wayne Gacy. And I think this month we're going to do Atlantic Rim in honor of this month of KaiJULY.
Fantastic choices.
Oh, and you get shout-outs in every single free feed podcast if you're a $10 patron. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z. The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake, Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time, and Intro Void. Go listen to his music. He was on the Gacy House episode. He came to Chicago from Virginia. Lil Corey's BFF and now my mother, then Lil Corey's I was like, my mom's Lil Corey's BFF and former roommate? Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane, that fed, twitch.tv/core winning. Oh my God, from Formulaic, podcast and script writing, as well as the Rom Complex. It's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. And finally, we got Zinny D from the Speed Radio podcast, a podcast all about Sonic the Hedgehog. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Shelby.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye. Also, guys, the theme months that are going on over at the Rom Complex are fantastic. Go
Bless
check
you.
it out.